To today's video. My name is Chokube Madichie. In today's video, we shall be learning how to perform the Zivot-Andrews structural break unit root test. Okay, unit root test is usually done to determine whether a time series is stationary or not. Okay, a stationary time series is the one whose mean, variance and autocovariance are constant over time. Now, if a time series is non-stationary, we usually apply the method of differencing to make it stationary. Okay? Now, the number of times we have to difference a time series to make it stationary shows the order of integration of such time series. Okay? Now, there are several methods that we use to perform unit root tests. We have the Decay-Fuller test, we have the augmented Decay-Fuller test, we have the Philip-Perron test, we have the Ng-Perron test, and many others. And if you look at research today, you find out that the commonly used procedures are the augmented Decay-Fuller test and the Philip-Perron test. Now, the issue of structural break is such that the conventional tests that I have mentioned now are usually weak in the face of structural break. Okay? Yes, a break is an intermittent shock that has permanent effect on time series. So if this break is not explicitly accounted for during the unit root testing, the conventional unit root test like the Decay-Fuller, augmented Decay-Fuller test, like I've mentioned before, usually mistake the structural break for a unit root and report wrongly. So because of that, it is usually imperative for one to go for a unit root procedure that explicitly accounts for the possibilities of structural break. And the Zivot-Andrews unit root procedure is what we want to learn how to perform in this video. Okay, having said all this, I want to also say that Zivot-Andrews test is derived from Zivot and Andrews 1992, okay, which is basically a modification of what the Perron 1989 unit root test, where breakpoint is treated endogenously as being endogenously determined. Okay, now we have already prepared a work file for where we can perform the Zivot-Andrews unit root test. Okay, I want to say at this point that there is no formal procedure for carrying out the Zivot-Andrews unit root test in Eviews, but we have it in form of an add-in which can be downloaded and installed in Eviews. Now, if you look at this work file now, this environment as a whole, you can see where we have add-ins. So when you download an add-in and install, you have it saved here. Here we have a lot of add-ins that have been downloaded. You can go for more. You can see a lot of them here. Okay, you can see these are add-ins. These are not formally programmed in Eviews, but we have them in add-in forms. So then, if you do not have the Zivot-Andrews unit root procedure installed like I have here, you can go to manage add-ins. So if you go to manage add-ins, you ensure that your system is connected to the internet so that you check the available add-ins and download and install. Once you install, it will automatically be saved here in add-ins. Okay, now we want to test the Zivot-Andrews unit root test on RGDP here. What we have to do is that we already have the Zivot-Andrews unit root test here, but we cannot just click on it. So the first thing to do is to open this series, the RGDP series. So it is open now. So the next thing is to move to add-ins. Okay, can now go to Zivot-Andrews unit root test. Here we can now open. Okay, this is Zivot-Andrews test. Select a break location. Are you selecting on intercept, trend, or both? So break can happen on only intercept. It can also happen in terms of trend. It can happen on both trend and intercept. So you can go to both. Okay, you can choose both. Then you can select maximum lag length. Here by default we have 4, so you can allow 4 to go. You click OK. Okay, here is the result of Zivot-Andrews unit root test on RGDP. So the null hypothesis is that the RGDP has a unit root with structural break in intercept and trend. Here is the choosing breakpoint, which is endogenously determined by Zivot-Andrews test. So 1998 is the breakpoint. Okay, 1998 is the breakpoint. Please don't forget that this breakpoint is usually determined by certain economic events within the time range of time series chosen, such as structural transformation, economic reforms, regime shift, political changes, okay, and things like that can determine break in unit root and time series. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.